so loud. Thanks for joining me tonight. This is the second time I get to play the bowl today, so that's really fun. So just getting into a comfortable position and just starting to have one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, breathing in and out. And what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly take the time right now to really observe on where we're showing up tonight and where in our life things may have showed up for us, difficulties, challenges. I know this last week for a lot of people right now, there's lots of energy shifting and moving, and or you know people that have a lot of shifting and moving happening for them, and just holding space and feeling into where you're at, how are you feeling, and anything that's negative or positive, just taking a moment and feeling, where am I holding this in my body? Taking a good breath in and just feeling the belly rise and fall. Feeling where you're at right now, today. Showing up for self. And also, in these situations, we're also showing up for community. We're showing up as oneness together as we shift collectively tonight. Thanks for some people that are joining right now. Good. So tonight, if you're joining me for the first time, I walk you through some of called central channel breath, and I'm just going to walk you through. I'm going to walk you through a treatment in B.E.S.T, a collective treatment, and we're going to integrate that with sound tonight. This is what happens every Tuesday. So if you're new, just remember, you can always restart the breath. You can always restart at any moment, and giving yourself grace and embrace what you can tonight. Showing up is the first step, and the second start is just being here and receiving. Now, feeling into the body, we're going to just be aware where our central channel breath is. Starting at the crown, at the top, where that soft spot is when we were born, all the way down through the center of the body, through the pelvic, through the abdominal cavity, and if you're laying down, down through the pelvic floor, between the legs to the feet. So when we're breathing, we're going 2 inches above the head to 2 inches below the feet. If you're seated, it's going to go right to the pelvic floor, down straight into the ground. And this is a central channel breath that we're going to be connecting into during this shift and integration of the nervous system. We're going to bring awareness to the 7 chakra points in this channel, just to bring awareness of what might be showing up for you today. What are you ready to for integration? What are you ready to let go of? And we're starting down at the root, the base of the spine, the pelvic floor. And this is chakra 1. Reflecting into chakra 1, it's where am I feeling that I can be grounded with myself right now? Where can I feel safe and to step into the world? In this chakra, the root chakra, we're feeling into the survival. Where do I feel like I'm in survival? What do I need? What is not being met to my physical needs? Feeling into my belonging, connection to where am I stepping into the world right now? How am I feeling with that? Physically, with the root chakra, the areas that you can feel into where I might be blocked is the bone structures, the skeletal structures in this area, my legs, my feet, my genitals, base of spine, my kidneys, body, your full body's life force, my teeth, my nails, my blood building of cells, and my adrenals? Or am I feeling integration or blockages right now? And the sound for root chakra is lam. And if you'd like to join me, we're going to sing all of the 6 and then silent for the last. And breathe in. Taking a moment to feel how that landed. And we're going to be moving up to our second chakra, our sacral chakra. And remembering as we go through, you're just feeling into where we might feel this in our life right now. Where is this showing up for me? So, sacral chakra is bringing in where am I feeling in my emotional balancing, my vitality, my sexuality, movement through life and in the body, my grounding, and my creative womb space or creativity. The body part are the bladder, the prostate, the womb, the pelvis, the nervous system, the low spine, fluid function, adrenals, and sex organs. And the sound for sacral chakra is vam. Taking a moment to feel how that landed. And heading up to above the belly button to our third chakra, which is our solar plexus. Feeling into almost a golden ball in this area is our power center. And feeling into what may be being blocked or affected in my personal power, my self-will, my personal emotions, and my desires. The fire within. The body part is the digestive system, the muscles, the stomach, the liver, the diaphragm, the gallbladder, the spleen, the lower back, the automatic nervous system, immunity, and my pancreas. And the sound for the solar plexus as Ram. Taking a moment to feel into how that landed. And heading up the heart, how am I receiving and giving love to myself and to others, to my community, to humanity? Feeling into where am I blocked or feeling good in my love of self and others? How do I receive and give? Relationships with self and others, the ability to have compassion for myself or others, and my service to humanity. My body parts in this area are my heart, my chest, my circulation, my arms, my hands, my lower lungs, my rib cage, skin, upper back, and thymus gland. How am I feeling in these areas? And the sound is yam. feeling how that landed. And heading up to my throat. How do I feel my words are showing up in life? How I'm manifesting, how am my communication, my self-expression, my creativity, and my imagination? How am I listening and how am I speaking? The body part is the mouth, the throat, the ears, the neck, my voice, lungs, chest, jaw, airways, nape of neck, arms, thyroid, and parathyroid glands. And the sound is ham. Feeling how that landed for yourself. And then heading into the third eye, sixth chakra. I invite you to close your eyes and roll your eyes up towards in between your eyebrows, feeling the activation of my third eye, feeling into blockages or maybe the flow of how my intuition, my wisdom, my perception, my clairvoyance, my inspiration, and my visions. Feeling into the eyes, the base of skull, ears, nose, left eye, left brain, sinuses, pituitary master gland, and pineal gland. And the sound for this one is Om. Feeling how that one landed, and heading out to the crown, which is just at that above the head, right at that soft spot when we're born. And this is the connection to that God source, universe, collective. How is this feeling for myself lately? Am I feeling that I can be connected into this and awareness of the collective, the connections to God presence, feeling for higher self, spirituality, spiritual will, awareness, super conscious, my upper skull, my skin, my cerebral cortex, my right eye, my right brain, my central nervous system, and this pituitary gland here. And this one is silent, so just taking a moment and feeling into the silence and stillness of the body. Now that we've brought awareness into the central channel breath, we're going to start with central channel breathing. Visualizing a white light just above 2 inches above the crown chakra location that we just worked on. We are going to feel into this energy, the energy that's collected to higher self, higher energy centers, spiritual realms. And this energy, this beautiful white light, is filled with the pure essence of love, the purest form that you can ever feel into. And once you're ready, and this is on your own, you can just slowly draw this light through the crown, pulling it into the crown chakra, pulling it down all the way into the belly, holding at the belly for a moment before exhaling it out through the pelvic floor, down between the legs to the feet. Holding it at the feet and then pulling it back up through the pelvic floor to the belly, and then exhaling it out through to the top to the head. And you're going to continue going back and forth, flossing the light in through the central channel breath. And this is where we hold space. We hold space with the awareness, the observations of how my body is feeling with this central channel breath. Feeling in to those chakra centers and feeling into how it might be shifting or changing or shifting for myself. You can stay here. I'm going to be adding in the 4 anchor points for people that would like to try to include these. You don't have to add all 4. You can try 1 or 2 or none of them. But as we go through, as you and join in on Tuesdays, what we're going to do is we're going to try to start adding all 4 in, but taking your time and observations of where you're at also, knowing that if you can just do the central channel breath and staying in awareness and observations here, perfect. Stay here. Stay with the connection of that light, connection of that loving presence, and that's where we're at today. Meet yourself here. So the first anchor point is the eyes. And we're going to follow the light up and down. So as the light crosses back through the back of the eyes, you're going to roll your eyes down or rolling them up, keeping your eyes closed and doing this movement with your eyes, feeling into this activation, the connection of the light moving through the body. Okay, and that's anchor 1. Anchor 2 is to feeling into the throat. Okay, so as we're breathing in, we're going to put the tongue on the top of the roof, okay, and feeling like a physical constriction of the voice, the throat. Activation of the throat chakra, chakra 5, and you should almost sound like Darth Vader when you do this, okay? So mouth, tongue on the roof, top of the mouth, and just restricting your throat. And you can go in and out of this activation through this breathing. It's up to you. The third anchor point is the heart. So what you're going to do is you're going to feel into compressing your shoulders, your shoulder blades, almost feeling like you're condensing and constricting that heart chakra area, feeling into holding space for that, activating that energy as you go through and feeling into when it's pulling through the heart and how this is feeling, pulling the light through chakra 5, chakra 4. And then the 4th chakra is our pelvic floor. Okay, so this is the base. So this is something that I would invite you to play with. So during the whole time, we kind of want to keep this contraction. Some people like to contract the pelvic floor when we're pulling the light through. So just play with it and see how you feel. How does it feel connected to self? And for those of you guys, it's a Kegel contraction. I always tell my clients it's like closing all your holes, and there's lots of little different activation points that we can do, or just closing your holes, holding your pee in. For men, it's more easy if you lift your package and hold a fart in. It's kind of like these activation points. And I know it's a little bit giggling, but you'll never forget. So what you're going to do is that most of the time we feel like we have to do this big contraction, but I want you just to feel like a 5%. And the 5% is just to bring awareness of this activation of the root chakra, the base point of the spine, the root lock area. So really play with this and feel how the energy may shift or what's going on. And you could take turns with all 4, but I'm going to give you just a moment to just get into this, feeling into what anchor points can I really do, or can I do any of them right now? And just meet yourself where you're at. Meet yourself where you need to be tonight, taking your time. staying with the breath, staying with wherever you are. And as you're breathing in, as you're connecting the central channel breath, we're just going to bring awareness to chakra 2, or sacral chakra tonight. And as you're breathing through, as you're feeling into this connection, into the energy, the light, the loving presence, feeling back into sacral 2, chakra 2, sacral chakra, and feeling into my emotional balance point. How am I been doing this last week? How am I feeling into my vitality, my sexuality, the movement, the grounding, the creativity? Am I tapping into this? Am I surrendering? Am I allowing surrender? Feeling into where is this showing up for me right now? Or physically, what might be going on in these areas for you? And reminding of the areas, the bladder, the prostate, the womb, the pelvis, the nervous system, the low spine, the fluid function, the adrenals, the sex organs. What is showing up for you in the last maybe a little week? Remembering just to feel into reflection, feeling into reflection of what's going on in my sacral chakra. What's going on? How am I doing with my central channel breath? How is this feeling? And as we bring in the emotional interference for tonight, we're going to also feel into what is this activating in my body. Activation points of the emotions are just the areas that we're holding these interferences. And so you just need to identify where in my body am I holding on to this emotion. And if you can, it's totally fine also. You can use your heart. And if there's more than one spot, that's totally normal too. So as I bring in the emotion of fight, feeling in as we're staying with the central channel breath, the anchor points, feeling into where am I holding into the interference of fight. To fight with the other is to resist the gift that they are trying to bring or that are bringing to me. To fight with myself is to resist the gift that I am. To fight with another is to set up separation and to accept the fact that we are not in this together. If we could approach every day as though we were in this together, with everyone we meet, we would begin to see a difference in the world, and the fighting would cease. Take a moment and let that land. And as that's landing, just feeling into where am I holding that in my body? For me, I'm feeling it very much in my heart. Feeling a heaviness there. And maybe you're feeling other places in the body. And what you're going to do is you're going to stay with the central channel breath. And you're going to visualize an energetic bridge between our sacral chakra and this area or areas, reconnecting the circuitry, the circuits, the disconnect that we've had from our sacral chakra to the emotions, the interference of fight. Reconnect it now. As we bring in the central channel breath, we're going to reconnect those circuits. So you can look at it as when you're breathing into the body, if it's in the abdominal cavity, it's a little bit easier because you can fill that gap between the sacral chakra and the activation point with that light. And this building it, building it, building it, building it, holding it there for that moment, feeling that connection, that circuitry reconnecting, holding that, visualizing that line or however you want to feel into it, and then exhaling it, keeping that feeling of that reconnection, the reconnection of the nervous system, feeling safe, feeling an embracement, feeling an understanding that I am accepting the gift that I am, and I accepting that we are going to be with this and together. We are going to work with people into this together, and we're going to make the difference in the world by just feeling into this recircuiting. We're going to add counts of 4 to it. So your breath, add counts of 4. As we draw in the line, the breath and the light and the love, we're going to pull it in for 4 counts. Holding the breath in between the 2 activation points, the sacral and the activation point of fight, or the activation wherever it is, on your hands, your feet, your legs, wherever it is. Just filling the gaps in with the light for 4 counts, and then holding it there for 4 counts, and then exhaling it out for 4, and then holding it out for 4, inhaling it back up for 4, hold for 4, exhale out for 4, and hold out on your own, staying here. Your eyes are closed, looking up towards the right. Feeling into the emotion of fight and the frequency of 7. Known or unknown, subconscious, conscious, I am clear of the interference of fight. I give myself permission to let go of the interferences of fight that I've been holding on to that's no longer serving me. I am free of holding on to this interference that's no longer serving me. I am safe to let go of this interference that is no longer serving me. I embrace the gift that I am. I embrace the acceptance that I am not in this alone. I embrace the ability to work together to bring unison into my community, into myself, into my relationships. I am safe to embrace this. I allow the fight to cease to exist. And I come from a place of love and compassion. I am safe to come from a place of love and compassion. I am perfection. I am enough. I am wanted. I belong. I am safe. Fight in the frequency is 7. I give myself permission to let go. Fully relax your eyes, your body, your breath. Taking a moment to just feel into this nervous system integration. Feeling into the shifting and embracing. When you're ready, you're just going to lift up your head and look at your toes and bring your head back down. Eyes open, feeling into I'm clear of the interference of fight. eyes closed, I am clear of the interference of fight. Giving yourself a moment of stillness and feeling into the body. Feeling into I am. Slowly bringing conscious breath back into the body. Breathing in and out. Maybe placing your hands on one on your belly and one in your heart, or both on the belly. Feeling into breath coming in and breath leaving the body. And we're just going to bring us back a little bit with 4 square breathing. So counts of 4, breathe in for 4, hold your breath for 4, exhale out for 4, and hold out for 4. Repeating this over and over again. Taking a moment of stillness with the body, feeling into where you're at right now. What am I feeling? What do I need? Slowly but consciously, you're going to be moving out of this position. You don't have to right now. But taking your time to come out of this is very crucial to giving your nervous system the time for physical movement as we have unfolded many, many layers into the session, just allowing the body to just slowly integrate with movement. If you're feeling still pretty out of it, I would recommend, out of everybody, if you can, to do your walk. So walking is up and down a hallway or in a circle one way and then reversing and going the other way, making sure you are cross-crawling, so you're almost like a military march, but you can be more casual, knowing that we've done a lot of work in the nervous system tonight. And so making sure you're utilizing water and hydration and rest and reflection and journaling. So every Tuesday night at 8:15, we have in Zoom or in person. So I'm in the Omtrikutcher space tonight. So you're more than welcome to join me every Tuesday night in person, or I will always have the online Zoom with us also. And also I'm doing in-person live sound sessions on Wednesday nights at 8 at the Delacorte Community Hall, and various other events that are happening. Also, just to make sure, if you are interested in doing any B.E.S.T one-on-one, just communicate with me and connect with me. I do remote, distance, and in person. Hopefully you guys have a lovely night, and thank you for joining me in this new exploration of B.E.S.T and sound. And tell your friends. Zoom by donation on Tuesday nights. You can send it to my email address, vashtydancerow, all one word, @gmail.com. Thank you again, and good night. I'm going to stop recording if you want to send me anything or send